Hi everyone, my name is Natalie Ledwell and this is The Inspiration Show. Today on the show I have a special guest with me. She's an author of a book called Mantras Made Easy. So we're going to find out all about mantras, how powerful they are and how we can use them to really excel in life. But before we do that, I just want to remind you that if you are watching this show on YouTube, make sure that when we finish watching the show that you click the link below to take my 30-second quiz so we can figure out what is blocking you from success. And of course, if you're watching this on mymovies.com, you can just leave your email so we can send you the Manifesting with a Master's video e-course. So Sherianna Boyle, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you.
So Mantras Made Easy.
Yes.
Well, before we get into the book, why don't we start a little bit with your story or your journey and how you got to writing a book like this?
Well, I had published a book called Choosing Love. And in the book, Choosing Love, I talk about once you learn how to raise your vibration, it's really about how do you maintain it in daily life. And one of the suggestions that I give, one of the tools is mantras and so it kind of led to people wanting to know more about mantras and how do I say them and how does it work? And I also had an interesting experience where I had purchased a sacred statue. And the statue is of the Black Jambala, which is known, the legend is that he was protected Buddha because Buddha was teaching about love and compassion. And the legend is that there were people that were threatened by that. There were people that were uncomfortable with his teachings, and he protected him, and he was wounded in the process. So the person who sold me this sacred statue, and I really don't buy things like this. This is not my thing. I just was really drawn to this item and said, now purchasing this comes with a responsibility. And I said, okay, well, what is that? And he said, well, this has been in temples. And there are mantras that it has been around. There is a vibration that has been with this for over 100 years, and it will be your job to maintain this. And so it was quite timely. Here I am writing about this, and now I have this. And so I said, okay, and I dug, literally, it was way more expensive than I would ever have spent. And I have been maintaining these mantras for this sacred statue every single day. And it has been an amazing experience because I didn't have an expectation. I didn't do it really for myself. I did it for the love of the message. And I have learned about mantras in that way. That has been my introduction, which led to, this is really powerful. I want to know more. This is overwhelming. It's like learning religion. There's many viewpoints. Don't do this, don't say that. And I said, I just need something that's easy. And then I started to think, well, what would that look like? And that's how Mantras Made Easy came about, which is, and also taking into account the information that we have today about language and vibration and all the new science. So it's a really nice blend of the early roots of mantra with what we know today and how can we apply it in daily life and what helps it be effective. Right. So that's sort of a long version of what.
Yeah. But it's really interesting because what you've just said is that mantras are really kind of made up of two parts. One are the words and the other is the energy. So why don't we talk about the words first? Because I think that, is there like specific mantras for specific things, or is there one mantra that fits all? Like how important are the words when it comes to, creating our mantras?
Well, what I'm learning and what I've learned in my research is, yes, the words do count. And that, as you know, I mean, words we can program our bodies. I mean, our language is able to do that. And it really, when it comes to a mantra, it's about your relationship with the mantra. And it's about your relationship with the energy. And we also have to know that our bodies not only that program the language, they calibrate the vibration in the body. And mantras, for anyone that is new to this, is anything that's really repeated. You know, it can be a repeated sound, a syllable, a word, a phrase of words. And we have them in our lives already, whether we know it or not. We say things repeatedly, and we think thoughts repeatedly, and they come out, they eventually will spew out. And the body has a expectation of how much energy to expel according to that thought or those words. So as we're repeating these sounds and words, our body is either gaining or release, or I call it dropping energy. And so it's really about taking the time to feel what it is these words are about. Yes, it can be very flowery. It can be very cute. For a moment, it can be like, oh, wow, I love that. But it's about the practice of feeling the words in your body and really embodying the vibration. And it's a live consciousness. It's a live frequency. It's you don't make it come alive. It's already there. You're tapping into the garden. You know, it's like you're walking to a garden and everybody's been planting and nourishing the soil for thousands and thousands of years. And we're just choosing to be a participant in what already exists, and at the same time be grateful for what has been carved out before us, our ancestors. I mean, mantras just have such a rich history that I appreciate so much now. And I'm so grateful for that. And as well as people like yourself who bring it to the everyday, you know, how do we make this so practical into daily life. Yeah.
So are we saying that there are some words that have a higher vibration to them than others?
Yes. Yeah. So the words I am have a very high vibration. And what I often find in my work is that sometimes we're not even really calibrating in the I am, you know, and people want to know, well, what's the rest? You know, the I am now, tell me what else to say. I say, just say I am, because if you're not in your body, if your spirit isn't in your body, then you're leaking energy. Yeah. And so I always say, begin with the I am and go slow. Don't rush this. Don't make this about anything. I mean, that's what I learned with this beautiful statue, is just be committed to the message of I am. You know, I am. And thank you is another word that I say a lot, because it's already done. You know, when you say thank you. And I will tell you, Natalie, after I wrote Mantras Made Easy, and about 5 months after it was done, I absolutely got walloped in my life. I had one of those experiences where I got nailed with something I didn't expect that came my way. And what I realize now, what I believe now, is my higher consciousness prepared me for that event in my life through these mantras. Because the way I responded, I didn't even know myself. I was like, who are you? How are you? And people around me are like, how are you so calm? How are you so handling this in such a loving, compassionate way? I mean, and I just know now that these practices and all of this really serve to prepare me. And because let's face it, life can be unpredictable. But they will rise you up, you know, and that's one of my mantras, is just choosing to rise. Yeah. And they will help you to respond in a way that is in your greatest interest, as well as everybody else involved, and everybody will rise. Yeah. Everybody. I mean, that's really, it's about everybody rising.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I think the universe or God has a way of going, okay, well, you know this now. Now let me just supply you with a situation to help you apply it. I just love that sometimes.
It's really about testing your faith.
Yes,
you believe in what you do every morning at 5:30 in the morning. Let's see how much you believe in that right here. And I will tell you, Natalie, there was a moment where I was like, you got to be kidding me. I've been doing all these mantras and this is what happens. And then I thought to myself, I'm going to stick with this practice. And now I'm on the other side, and I'm able to say that everything that I've ever really wanted to create in my life is happening.
Yeah.
Because I stuck with it. I said, no, I believe in this. And I believe, it's really like saying I believe in me, because you're tapping into energy. You're tapping into your own vibration, and also the vibration around you.
Yeah. So on that note, when we're talking about the energy, the vibration of a mantra, is the purpose of them to elevate us, to raise our vibration, or are there other energetic benefits?
Well, they're multi-purpose.
Right.
And that's what makes them so special. They can clear, they can, and I say the word clear because we can all relate to that, but what's happening is we're recycling it.
Right.
We're not really clearing anything. We're taking the same energy that we are, and we're raising the vibration and transforming it into something new. So, but it feels like a clearing. It also feels like you're really increasing your ability to receive energy, because we've been so trained as a human species to give energy away. And then when our bodies start giving symptoms like headaches, and we can't sleep, and we have jaw pain, and we have neck pain, and we're just like, oh yeah, whatever, I'm just going to go help my daughter because she's having a really hard time. Yeah, body, I know that you're not feeling great, but I got to focus on this in the name of love, right? And so what we do is we train our bodies. It can't receive energy, and we can't receive love if we can't receive energy. So it's a great retraining tool.
And so how do we do we just repeat this mantra in our mind throughout the day, or do we do this in meditation? Like, what's the most effective way to use a mantra?
The main thing is be consistent and do the best that you can. The history of it is I have mala beads. Here are my mala beads. There's 108 beads on these. For the more ancient, the book has Sanskrit mantras in there. I do 108. I also have, I love the feel of beads, and I love that's that way I'm not counting in my head. But the more that you repeat the statements and you sit with it, sometimes I can say something 10 times and I just sit there and feel, and I'm like, whoa, right? And then sometimes I just kind of get in a rhythm. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten such insight right in the middle of chanting it, of reciting it. All of a sudden I'm like, oh, that's such a good idea. And it wasn't, my mind wasn't anywhere. And it's a really powerful tool. But the main thing is it does need to be repeated, and it does need to be experienced. It's not something that you do. It's an experience that you allow in your life.
Wow. And you have taught me so much about mantras that I did not even know. So I'm looking forward to diving deeper into your book. But if we want to send people who are watching the show to connect with you, or to purchase the book, where can we send them to do that?
Well, the pre-order, the book is out in early January. This I think you probably have. I'm not sure if you have a picture or not.
Yep.
It matches my shirt, and they can go to SheriannaBoyle.com. They can go to Amazon. They can go to Barnes & Noble. I mean, it's anywhere. Wherever they like to shop. How about that?
Okay.
And SheriannaBoyle.com. Yes.
Well, Sherianna, thank you so much for joining me today. It was, like I said, it was very informative for me, and I use mantras. So I want to thank you for your time, and best wishes with the book. I know it'll do very well.
And thank you. And I have put that quiz out to my people, and I encourage people to take that quiz. It's a pretty powerful tool.
Wonderful. Awesome. Now, guys, I encourage you to share this video, and you can do that by clicking the Facebook and the Twitter share buttons on this page. Make sure to take the quiz if you're on on YouTube, so that we can figure out what's blocking you from success, and leave your email so we can send you the Manifesting with the Masters video e-course if you're on mindmovies.com. So until next time, remember to live large, choose courageously, and love without limits. We'll see you soon.